Hi, everyone. I'm Connie Myers. It's Saturday morning, so at 10 o'clock, so it's a little after, but I'm sorry about that. And so it has to be to 70 and beyond. Well, I had a pretty exciting week. I was at the Inman conference. For those of you that don't know, Inman is kind of like the Wall Street Journal for real estate. And they had their big conference that they have every year in Las Vegas. So I got to catch up with a lot of good friends, meet some new friends, and really have a conversation around my new nonprofit. So a week ago, or actually a little over a week ago now, we had our very first board of directors meeting. And I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the people that are on board with me as far as the board of directors. And then I've had several come and say yes to being on my advisory board. So I could not be more thrilled. But this organization is going to change children's as well as adults' lives as we move forward. Our first initiative is going to be called Kits for Kids. I'm kind of using our kids as a sales force, if you will. We're going to go to elementary schools. We're going to team up with realtors and other community leaders that want to make a difference in their community. We're looking for partners if anybody wants to be a part of this. What we're going to do is we're going to have these events at schools and churches. And from those events, we're going to give away Go Kits. And they're just a little bag that's going to fit into a backpack, or they can get a whole bag if they don't have an emergency kit already. So these bags are going to be, they're going to have a beacon on them that will identify where the child is located if you can't find them. It also has a little recording from the parents saying what to do if there's something does happen, as well as it's filled with stuff that is absolutely essential that goes in a Go Kit. So super excited about that. The next one we're going to do is called Kits for Pets. So we're covering the kids, we're covering the pets, and then we're going to go on and help educate and provide kits for others as well. So that's super exciting. Okay, let me tell you how fortunate I am to have these amazing people on my board of directors. Let me pull it up here. First of all, one of the ways that we are going to do fundraising is through charitable giving of real estate. And the first board of director I'm going to talk about is Cami Baker, and she has an amazing training program about how to do that. This is real estate given to to nonprofits has been around for over 100 years. But she has a way now that makes it simple, because 97% of most nonprofits don't want real estate. They want a donation. But she has now made it so that it's very simple, and the process is easy. So now any nonprofit can receive real estate funds. The next one is Deborah Trapin. Deborah Trapin is one of the administrators. She's an empowerment coach and a celebrity. She is a best-selling author. She's her name for herself is Moxie Fire Sassy. So that describes her to a T. She's a bright redhead and absolutely an amazing giving soul. Then we have Eileen Olroyd. She is known as Green Eileen in the real estate industry. She works with the National Association of Realtors, as well as she's heads one of the committees for the league committees in California, as well as she's an instructor for the Green program that they have. Gina Longmire has been my lifesaver. She's coming on as the executive director to help me move and get the nonprofit off the ground. We are looking for volunteers, so if anybody wants to help out in your community, I would love to hear from you. The next one is an amazing veteran business owner. He's owned multiple businesses. His name is Jake Wolf. I couldn't be more proud. I've only known him for a short period of time, but I've learned to really appreciate everything about him. Next is Michael Maldonado. He's at 30 years in real estate. He works with investors as well as people that are going through difficult times. Maybe their home is being foreclosed on, or they're going through a divorce, something along those lines. And then we have Mike Williams. Mike Williams, besides, he just happens to be my son, but that's not why he's on the board. He was one of the very first professional planners. He worked for sportswear. He's worked with Nike. He now works with a little company called Puffin, which creates koozies for cans and bottles that are shaped like coats and different kinds of things. And he is going to help us with the supply for the go bags. And then last but not least, Piper Hollow. She's a PR person publicist out of New York City, just a dynamite, dynamic individual. So those are my board of directors, and they are all absolutely passionate. They all have their own reason why they want to be a part of this. So I'm super excited about that. The nonprofit to me is my legacy, and I want to take a second to talk about that because I was talking with a couple of people that they weren't as old as me, but they were not kids anymore. And we were talking about what is it that you want your legacy to be? This is my legacy. I'm hoping that in a year and a half or 2 years, I'll be just the spokesperson. That's what I want to be, and I want to write. But what I would like you to do is think about what is the legacy you would like to leave behind, and or maybe what you want to pass on to your children, or maybe pass on to a nonprofit. With the new ways of doing things now, there's all kinds of ways that we can create legacy, and you're never too old to think about that. I was actually reading about a young man who is a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. I think they said he's worth like $29 billion and he's 29 years old. Anyway, his whole thing is working to give. At 29, he's thinking that way. And what he wants to do is give all of his money away. So what is it that you would like to do? What is it that you would like to provide to the world? And how are you going to make that happen? So this week, I'm going to be rolling out some new stuff over the next couple of weeks. And I'm hoping that you'll stay tuned and that you'll find something in it that you would love to do. One of the things you can do is you can get my book, When the Unthinkable Happens, Be Prepared, Be Ready, and you can brand it. So if you're out there trying to get to the public, you can put your logo on the front, you can put a link in the back, and you can put a chapter on the inside about you, about your business, about why you want to give back to your community. And this is a book that gets looked at every single year. It's a reference guide. So your name will be out in front of everybody every single year when they go back to it. That's a legacy all into its own. So what kind of legacy would you like to have? I mean, this is a good point to just sit back and kind of close your eyes and dream about what it is that you would like to leave behind. For me, it is my foundation. I've said I want to help 30 million people be better prepared, and the foundation is what's going to make that happen. So if you want to know more about it, please reach out to me and find out how maybe you can be involved as a volunteer or how we can help your community. And you can be a part of the Kits Are Kids program because it is going to be uplifting. It's going to be fun. We're going to have like a fair. It's going to be a big deal in the different communities that we go into. So reach out if you have any interest in doing that. All right, my friends, I hope you have a beautiful week. I am going to have a fantastic week. I have a good friend coming to stay with me for 4 days I haven't seen in years. So I'm super excited about that. All right, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope wherever you are, it is not storming. There's no tornadoes. There's no flash floods. We've had so much damage done this week. I mean, there's been like 5 or 6 different disasters that happened this week alone, which is why we're doing the work that I'm doing. All right, my friends, take care. Have a beautiful week. Bye now.